Okay, so this time our topic is about publishable research report and thesis dissertations. Okay, so dissertation is actually for doctorate degree, no? So most commonly, undergraduate or graduate school, yung master's degree, ang tawag natin thesis or research. Now, so a publishable research report is a concise and structured document intended for dissemination in journal or academic journals, conferences, or professional publication. It is designed to present significant research findings in a clear and concise manner following the specific formatting guidelines of the target publication. So the report typically includes sections such as abstract, introduction, methodology, results, discussion, and conclusion. Unlike a thesis or dissertation, a publishable research report is focused on a particular aspect of the study and often exclude extensive theoretical discussion and literature review. So the primary objective of a research report is to contribute a new knowledge to the field and provide actionable insight for practitioners. So on the other hand, thesis and dissertation is a comprehensive document submitted in fulfillment in the requirements for an academic degree katulad ng Masters in Business Administration. So it involves an in-depth exploration of a research problem, providing a thorough literature review, detailed methodology, extensive analysis, and critical discussion of findings. So a thesis or dissertation follows a standard format that typically include chapters such as introduction, review of related literature, research methodology, data presentation, and analysis, conclusion, and recommendation. Since this format ensures that the research is systematically documented, allowing for replication, and further study by other scholars. And to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our second presenter this morning. Go ahead.
Thank you, Doc Abante. So, hello again, everyone. So, I'm Razel. So, today I will be discussing about research writing formats. So some of us already took up, some thesis during our undergraduate. So, this time it is about refreshing our minds. So, and it will be very helpful for us graduate students. So, not only for the completion of this course, Research for Managers, but for also drafting or writing our own thesis for this program. Okay, so I will be covering the following. So the importance of research writing formats, common research formats, the difference between publishable research format to thesis or dissertation. So a little bit of dive into the IMRAD format, and then some sample templates I've been able to gather online, as well as those shared by some colleagues. So colleagues who finished the MBA program in UCC. So to start, let's discuss why we need to refresh our minds about research writing formats. So because I'm not even sure if most or if there are some of us who had not taken the thesis during their undergrads. So but to start with, let's dive into the importance. So, um, I conducted some research and I've been amazed by one blog post which actually like tried to consolidate the importance of knowing or learning research writing formats. So to sum up, that the writer like provided like research writing formats like is important because number one, it eases communication. So number two, it is a sign of respect and professionalism. And lastly, it actually develops good habits. So the first one is ease of communication. So from the presentation of Miss May, actually research reports, the results or the outcome of your research, you have to communicate it to the intended reader or even, general reader. So having the proper formatting can facilitate that communication. So, having or implementing a correct or proper formatting um, enables the reader to think that you are knowledgeable of your own research report, right? So, aside from that, when you use proper citations, you show sign of respect and professionalism to the owner of that source, for example, or original owner or writer of the source that you've used for your research report. So, lastly, it develops good habits because when uh, when you follow, or every single time that you write your paper and you apply research writing formats, it becomes like a second nature to you. So you develop good habits already. And it again goes back that you're being professional about uh, research writing because you actually apply the best practices that are available out there in the industry. Okay. And to sum up, I think the importance of having research writing formats actually. So, for example, in reality, you submitted of you're written a very sloppy research paper. What do you think will the reader will feel or do upon seeing even the, for example, the second page or your abstract? If it's not written properly or does not follow a certain format, I think the reader, would you agree that the reader will not really be attentive enough to read the content of your research paper, but rather focus on how inconsistent your formatting is, right? Because it is disorganized. While meanwhile, when you've written a very good or like a very organized, a very neat research report, it will actually eliminate the distraction of the reader. So they will tend to read your paper from start to finish, right? Okay. So now let's have a common understanding of what a research format is. So by defining it. So basically, there's a lot of definition from different groups or organizations. So for the sake, in the interest of this presentation, I've provided a common, just a basic definition for a research format. So basically, a research format is actually the set of rules or style suggestions for writing in academic research. So, May already discussed the different classifications of research reports. So, basically, the research format is tailored, or also Doc Abante already mentioned that research formats or research writing formats usually tailored upon the which classification of research report would you write, right? So it also depends, the research format will also depend on the institution you belong to. So for example, a certain publisher, for example, for publishable research report, or for example, on a certain university, UCC has their own set of guidelines, technical guidelines for writing thesis or dissertation. So yeah. And furthermore, again, let's differentiate what's publishable research report versus thesis. We've already had the overview with Doc Bante, so we will just slide through it. So again, the publishable research report, obviously it's publishable. So it must undergo the peer review process. Already mentioned, the peer review process is where experts in the field wherein you've selected your topic or your study will evaluate the quality of the work that you've done. For example, they will review what methodology you've used, your limitations, and whatnot. So, uh, meanwhile, the dissertation, this one is a very extensive research report, very long. You'll see later, I've made a comparison of the outline of publishable research report or versus the thesis one. Okay. So, and moving forward, for publishable research report, we generally utilize the IMRAD format. Already mentioned earlier that the mnemonic IMRAD stands for or refers to introduction, methods, research, results, and discussion. So again, commonly used for publishable research reports. Uh, Somehow it's sort of like a truncated version of the thesis. Okay. So for the thesis format, obviously, it's a format that is tailored for thesis or dissertation. Okay. Moreover, this is a high-level overview of the difference. So as I've said, IMRAD format is a summarized or truncated version of the thesis. So usually, So publishable research reports, you can observe this format. So for example, a journal article, so it's no more than 20 pages. So I have an example later on of a journal article that utilize the IMRAD format. Then versus thesis, which is lengthy. I'm not sure what's the longest thesis or dissertation ever written, but it's long, right? So again, the reviewers for the publishable research report is the board of journal reviewers. If you're going to submit into a certain journal company or publisher, and then for the thesis or dissertation, it undergoes the review of the Committee on Oral Defense of your certain institution or university. Okay? So here's the comparison of the outline. So the IMRAD format and then the thesis. So as you can see, the reason why thesis is very extensive or lengthy, IMRAD only has like 8 headers, then versus the thesis one, approximately 16, right? So uh, and as you can observe, I've highlighted the headers wherein the IMRAD format and the thesis format actually overlaps. So for example, the IMRAD format also has the title and author. IMRAD has the abstract as well as for the thesis. And those that are not highlighted here, for example, under the thesis part, the approval sheet, acknowledgement, and so on, you can most of the time you can only find this on thesis because for example for the list of tables and figures, these headers like really make your research report or your thesis very long because there's a lot that you have to put, especially for your data interpretation. You usually do tabulation or charts or diagrams for that. Okay. So in the interest of this course, we'll briefly explore more of the IMRAD format. So the major headers or the mnemonics itself, like the introduction, the methodology, results, and discussion. So, and I provided a sample. I snipped like the sections of the introduction, methodology, research, results, and discussion of a certain journal article. So that we can just like have a perception on how it actually looks like. So for the first one, for the introduction, so introduction sets the foundation of the study by starting with an overview of the research and the topic significance. So it includes the following items. So you state the background there, you cite the studies that you have reviewed that will help you compare your own study, the significance of your studies and the objectives. So according to our reference, it is usually comprised of 3 to 6 paragraphs. So in this example, you can see it the title and then the introduction. Okay. So the next one is methodology. So we're now in letter M. So obviously methodology is a section wherein you provide the description on how you're gonna conduct or carry out your research. So obviously you have the research design there, your demographics. So the participants, the sampling size, data gathering methods, data analysis procedure like the statistical analysis and so on. And it usually comprises of 1 to 3 paragraphs. Okay. And lastly, results and discussion. So obviously, from the words results and discussion, you can find your discoveries or the outcomes of your research methodology here. When you've already conducted your research, or for example, survey, you already collected your data. So you now have analyzed and interpret it. So you're going to put it under the results section and the discussion section. So, as I've said, usually you can also find tables, diagrams, charts in here. And you state the major findings for each data that you have presented. So that's it for the IMRAD. And again, this is the example from the journal, as you can see, results and discussion. Okay. So let's proceed to the last section. So sample templates for the thesis or dissertation format. So as I've mentioned, I've gotten these files. I gotten two files from someone who graduated from MBA recently. So if you want a copy, or I can ask Doc Abante if this is actually the recent one. So I'm not really sure, but I have copies, so I can actually share this to you, and it is really comprehensive. I will not dive deep into this. We can what we can do, and the best practice is once we're doing the research, we can use this as the manual or the work instruction. Okay. And this one is for the thesis. So the other file, which is the technical guidelines, it has the table of contents already for the thesis. So somehow it's complete. Okay. And that's it for my presentation. So thank you so much for listening. Any questions, you can drop it to the chat box.
Okay, may I request Madam Rachel to please upload this format in our chat box and in our FB Messenger. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Doc.
Okay, so again, both formats, as our presenter mentioned, aims to present research findings, and they differ in terms of audience, no? Depth and purpose. So a publishable research report targets a broader academic and professional audience and is expected to adhere to strict word limits and formatting standard imposed by journals. So in contrast, a thesis or dissertation is tailored to fulfill academic requirements and provides a more exhausted treatment of the subject matter. Research often adapt their thesis or dissertation into publishable report by condensing content and focusing on the key findings, implications. FYI, kung ang ating pong research question is adapted, no, adapted, it means to say available na po, kailangan natin mag-email dun sa mismong owner. Sumagot man siya or hindi, basta dapat na-send natin ng email yung owner ng questionnaire na gagamitin natin. But, kung tayo po ang nag-craft or nag-create ating questionnaire, dapat po ipabalidate siya sa at least 3 to 5 expert for validation ng inyong questionnaire. Okay? So, dapat clear po tayo doon. Ang UCC po, ang requirements po natin, at least 100 plus respondents. Actually, even sa pages ng thesis, ganda ang nire-required nila, no? So iba rin kapag doctorate degree. Okay, so thank you so much, presenter, and good morning.